The reality to making $1 million. To those of you that are striving for $1 million in your business or your personal income or whatever your goal is, I'm going to break down the reality of what it really is to generate $1 million. And I'm talking about generating, not net profiting. Net profiting $1 million is a lot different than generating $1 million. So if you're someone who makes 50, 70, 100, 150 or 200K, this is the video for you. If you're contemplating whether you should stay at your current 9-to-5, whether that's a remote tech job or a job you have to go to every day, this video will give you a lot of insight on whether it's worth it to start your own business. As they infamously say is, I quit my 9-to-5 so I didn't have to work from 9-to-5 and now I work all day. That is the most true statement you will ever hear. Once you start your own business, you have absolutely dedicated and made your number one priority with your time this new business. It is your baby. I would know, I have 2 twin boys. They take up so much time because I have to be responsible and accountable for them as they grow up. Just like when you have a business, you have to be accountable and responsible for it as it grows. So when it begins, you know that there are different steps it takes to when you get in the middle and then you get to the end goal. There's a whole process to what it takes to get there. However, there's this one scenario where they talk about, would you rather be a billionaire with 300 employees or the person with 10 million and has 1 employee, right? And the whole concept is one has to deal with 300 people's livelihood and all these headaches, and the other one only has 1 report. The $10 million a year sounds much easier because less responsibility, less accountability, just easier to deal with. But in this video, we're talking about what it realistically means to make $1 million. And if you're in a business, understand you're gonna need employees, you're gonna have overhead costs. If you're not a remote business, then you have a location cost. If you're in a specific area, then you need 1 employee, 2 employees, potentially security. You might need licenses. All of these are overhead that you need to pay for before you even begin the business. You might have to pay 3 months ahead of time for said retail location. And now this is all on your journey to generate $1 million. Hopefully you can net profit $1 million. If you make $2,700+ a day, you'll be at $1 million a year. Not that difficult if you really put it into perspective. We work all month to maybe get a $5,000 to $10,000 check. Imagine if you were making $2,000 to $3,000 a day. You know what they say, $2,000 a day keeps the 9-to-5 away. So that is absolutely true. But even if you made $2,000 a day, how much of that are you taking home? Let's say you have employees, now you have cost of product, and then you have cost of staying open, and then you have taxes and all this accounting that needs to happen. And if you're lucky, you're taking 20% net profit home. So now you're responsible for a business. You've lost your location freedom if you decided not to be remote with this business. You're now stuck at that retail location. You have to manage these employees. You need to oversee all the product. You have to make sure nobody's stealing from you and that you're secure. And now you just end up in this business, whether it's a restaurant, a club, whether it's a 7-Eleven, now you have all these liabilities and a location that you are strapped to that limits your scalability. That's why like businesses like Amazon and TikTok Shop and things where they take the product out of your hand and you don't have to touch it. I don't mind if I don't have to wrap up the product and Amazon takes a bigger cut and I hit the volumes of people. hit volumes of people, but I get to stay home and I have time freedom, location freedom. Those are the main things. So if you're going to generate $1 million, because believe me, it is actually a lot easier to generate $1 million and to think that you're being so next level, so above your peers, but to actually end up having more stress, lose your location freedom, just to generate over $1 million to take maybe 20% home, in my opinion, is not worth it. Okay, guys? So how do we build a business now that we've gotten here? We've made $1 million and we generated 20%. We took 200K home. Maybe we're making 70, 150, 200K remote, which I think is much more worth it, and have your side business that's remote. In this day and age, you need to be remote. I don't think that you should be going to a location for work. Yes, a lot of people just got laid off. The government saying you need to go to work, but technology has allowed us to be remote. So if you can utilize it properly, you too can make your lifestyle in that shape and fashion. You can do anything you set your mind to. You just have to make sure you take the proper steps to get there. Okay? So if you gain value in this video, smash that like button. Comment below, what business are you in, and is your business worth it? How many employees do you have? Did you end up losing more money than you generated? Once you add up taxes, employees, overhead costs, was it worth it for you? And understand, if you're generating less than $3 million a year, you are a small business owner. Now, small business owners are categorized with usually struggling businesses. Small businesses don't usually thrive. You can have thriving small businesses, but it's not easy. Not when you have all of these overhead costs to account for. But when you make everything remote, when you do it behind the computer, you create a product, you put it on TikTok or Amazon, you create an agency and you hit up 100 people who are trying to do dropshipping stores, and you help them with Google ads and Facebook ads. What I recommend you learn is an income earning skill that you can make money off of. For example, there's many streams of income you can use, whether that's stock trading, crypto trading, whether that's a job, your own business, we're at 4 right there. Whether you're an investor, we're at 5 right there. So there's many streams of revenue. You can be an affiliate. There are so many ways to make money, but make sure you're not giving up your location freedom and your time. Time is the only asset we do not know how much we have, and that is decreasing every day without a measurement of when it will all be gone. So cherish the moments you have, cherish your life, and impact people with something you want to do, and get out of that 9-to-5 race by starting a business that's remote. Please don't do a business that takes away your time and location freedom. If you learned anything from this video, smash that like button. And I hope you don't make the same mistakes I did. You know, I worked a remote job, created my own business, generated over $1 million, took 200 to 300K home, to realize that my quality of life went down. I was dealing with people I didn't want to deal with. I wasn't necessarily in the industry I wanted to be with. I was chasing the money. But now as a 30-year-old with 2 twin boys that are 4 years old, and I see my father every day, and my father did such amazing things, but I tell him, Dad, you forgot that content is king, and I don't blame you, because not many people knew in your generation. But I would be a fool to make that mistake, okay? I know content is king. It is the only way for me to regurgitate what I believe is true to you guys over and over again. And I realize repetition is key. Don't feel bad about telling people to do things over and over again. The people that want to watch will continue to watch, and the people that don't won't. I want people who want to improve themselves and become wealthy to watch this video and watch my journey on it too. I've been in so many businesses. I know all about dropshipping. I know all about making brands. I've done live concerts. I created a face mask company. I created an AI agency. I've been creating videos on crypto since 2020. Like, you name it, I'm in it. I'm all about it. I'm the type of person who tries to do a million things at once, but I've realized it's all about quality. Quantity matters too, but it's all about quality. So if you can get quality and quantity down and be consistent, what you can do in 10 years is much greater than you actually think. So make a game plan, have a goal, stick to it, and take the little tips I took, and don't trap yourself chasing the money. Choose something you can do in the long run. Like I do AI and crypto. For the next 10 years, I can make content on that, knowing that you guys are going to listen and gain value from that. So if you gain value today, smash that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.